Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're gonna show you how to make vinyl signs with your Silhouette Cameo 4 Pro, the 24-inch. And we're also going to show you step by step some techniques for you to make them faster. And we will also show you the software and the settings for cutting vinyl. And we're also going to show you some of the most common issues with this machine, because not everything is colorful and perfect. And we're going to show you how to fix it. So if you're planning to get this machine, or if you already have it and you had these issues before, you must watch this episode because it's going to be full of information. So we appreciate if you give this video a like and subscribe. You want to know the difference between this design and those designs over there? They were both made with the Cameo Pro. However, you can already see the cutter mess up and the design move. So in this video, we're going to explain to you how you can avoid that, because that is a very common issue with Cameo machines or Cameo vinyl cutters, especially if you're making big cuts like this for yard signs, which we're going to make today. So that way you avoid wasting too much material.
And for today's project, we are going to use our most recent vinyl cutter that we just got. This is the Cameo Pro 24-inch vinyl cutter. And the type of vinyl we're going to be using for today's project is the Oracle 651 permanent vinyl. Of course, another very important tool is the tape application rollers. And it makes it easy when you use something like this, really big rolls of vinyl. That's one of the reasons why we always recommend that you get the tape application rollers. You can also use them to apply your transfer on your vinyl decals. And the type of transfer we're going to use is the R-Tape Clear Choice AT75.1. The yard signs, we're going to make 3 of them, and they are 24 by 18, the short flute. Yep, so let's get started. Now we're going to align the vinyl. This is very important. Make sure that you guys follow this step. And another tip, if you just got this vinyl cutter, or if you are planning on getting your vinyl cutter, here's a mistake that we were making earlier. Make sure this thing, the holder, not the holder, but some kind of support, see where the vinyl ends, make sure that this line is aligned with that. When you bring it down, it's going to hold it in place so it doesn't shift.
And also put these little squares in between to get more pressure when you lock the vinyl, I guess.
And this is what I meant. We can probably move it a little bit, make sure that it is exactly in the middle.
See if I can capture it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down.
And that is why this little square right here.
And then, well, because if you do not place it where it's supposed to, once you start cutting, the vinyl is gonna shift. It's going to move all over the place, and you don't want that. And now we are aligning it. We're just getting an idea of how the vinyl is gonna move once we start cutting it, and it looks perfect. I think we're good to go. This is where we were having the issue. If you don't place it correctly, the vinyl is gonna move. And see, I'm not pulling too hard, but before it was moving all over the place, and that's what you want to avoid. And now the settings. First of all, we're using Silhouette Studio, and we have a PNG file without the background, and we are using the settings are going to be blade depth 3, cut force. We're going to increase it because we've been having a little bit of a challenge winning out. So it's going to be at 10, and then the speed is going to be at 23. And now we're ready to send it, and we have our waiting boxes and registrations. And go ahead, send it. All right, we're just waiting for the vinyl cutter to finish. In the meantime, I want to show you a project that went wrong. It's actually part of the learning process. If you guys want to learn how we fix this, the video is going to be in the end screen. But basically what we were doing wrong is the way we were importing the images or our PNG files. If you want to learn how we fix that, make sure that you check out that video, of course, after you watch this video.
And the issue in the intro was this little part that we already show you. So that way when it pulls the vinyl to the back, it does not ruin your whole design, especially when making big cuts like this one. So remember guys, the issue with the Cameo is not always about how you set up your vinyl, but also how you transport your PNGs into your Silhouette Studio. So make sure you follow the end screen video to find out how you fix that.
If you guys see down here, we got plenty of vinyl, so the vinyl moves freely as it's cutting it. But yeah, it's always recommended to keep an eye on the machine. Our machine is finally ready. Now it's time to cut the vinyl, and we're gonna bring it to the back first.
We want to show you the details once Saul pulls it to the back.
I always hit the wrong button.
All right, stop it right there. Show it to the camera. See the details? That is done with a $380 machine. And just like the small Cameo 4, this one has like a small blade in the back, which I think it's cool, because so that way you don't use like the graph deck. We have to get the little blades and we keep losing them all the time. Well, Saul keeps losing them. This one, there's no way unless you break the whole thing.
We're gonna start weeding out, and we may have to increase a little bit more the cut force. We'll see. We're about to find out. And as always, we try to use something easy to weed out, like the font is very friendly to weed out, and we always add the weed boxes. That makes it easier.
Alright guys, same deal that we have done in previous videos. If you haven't watched why we use these alignments or registrations, whatever you want to call it, we use them pretty much to avoid taking the measurement side to side. We just expose as we do when we layer colors, and I'm gonna wait until Saul turns it the other way so you can show him here. Pretty much you just place this right in the edge or in the corner of the yard sign until it matches, so that way once you have it there perfectly aligned, then you know you don't have to take the measurements anymore, and it's gonna be well centered with the frame. So let's start doing the application. All right, so Saul already applied the alignment on that side or registration. Now he's gonna focus on this side. So then we're gonna use the cutting knife and cut through the middle of the paper and focus on the bottom, and then do the upper side. I know some people have been saying, you know, like this is too much work, but the way we see it, I mean, it's a $380 machine, plus you're working literally from home. So what you'd rather want to do, deal with your boss and, you know, have it more complicated, or this type of complicated. So you decide what complicated is for you. So we know a printer will be much better. I mean, we get it. It's not like it's hard for us to understand. Yeah, we get it. It's much easier with a printer, but if you can do it with a machine that's like $380, might as well, you know, make this type of signs, which we sell a lot during spring. Right now we're killing it with the yard signs, like people that work in construction, especially. If you have a vinyl cutter, why not? Or what do you guys think?
Yeah, I much rather do this, especially when you're in the transition of leaving your job. If you are doing this part-time, you want to do or make as many products as you can to hopefully say goodbye to your boss.
One thing is that you guys, even if it was applied dry, be very careful, especially when you use a high-tech transfer like the AT75. These guys are being very careful, well, medium carefully. This has happened to us before, like a letter comes off, then we have to cut another letter, but I'm surprised Saul hasn't messing up today.
Yeah, we cut an extra.
Kind of wondering if he's feeling okay. And this is how you make a vinyl sign with your Silhouette Cameo 4 Pro, the 24-inch. You can also make this type of signs with the US Cutter Titan, which is a 28-inch vinyl cutter, and it is big enough for you to make this size yard signs. And you can also make it with the graph deck, which we mainly use for most of our videos. And this one, it's a 24-inch vinyl cutter. And you can even also use your 12-inch Silhouette Cameo 4, as we shown you in other episodes. And you can also make other products like t-shirts, banners, car decals, and many other products. We will leave all the links from all the products that you saw on this video below on the description or on the first comment. Thank you very much. So this is it for this video. Don't forget to give this handsome guy a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys pretty soon.